Alright guys, it's me, the TYCOON, coming back to you with another review. And this is of The Penguin, episode 2 on HBO Max or Sky Atlantic if you're watching this in the UK. What can I say? I'm doing this episode by episode review like I did last year with She-Hulk, which was, oh God, that was a struggle. But in contrast, this isn't. This is very enjoyable to watch. This is totally enjoyable to watch. And I'm so happy I'm watching this. The work that's been done by Colin Farrell and Christine Malloy, Clancy Brown, and the ensemble cast is absolutely phenomenal. But we'll get into that in a couple of minutes. I do have to apologise to you guys because I did say it was going to be week by week basis on that sort of, once the episode is seen, I'll do the review, put it out there. But due to some things outside my control, it took a little bit longer to get that done. So thank you for bearing with me, but it's time to get on with it. Here we go. So the episode takes place almost immediately after the aftermath of episode 1, where everything's been set down, the groundwork's been laid for a war between the Maronis and the Falcons, where Penguin's working both the sides. It is following that one man, making two sides face off against each other and rising up in the ashes of whoever remains to take over and take overall control. But it's done so really beautifully well. This Penguin is not the socialite. Let's get that absolutely correct. As he's been portrayed in the comics, yes, he has a nightclub, he has his girls and all the rest of that kind of stuff, but he's not socialite. He's a gangster. And he's come out not from money, but from poverty, and has gone up through the ranks that way. So, Colin Farrell has done an amazing job. But the show starts off with Sophia Falcone going through therapy, and she is a scary character. Make no mistake about it. She is highly intimidating, and Christine Malati has done an amazing job in her portrayal. You are scared of her. You don't know what she's capable of. But you also see why she's so now bent on revenge, because her family, the only one that actually cared for her was her brother, who got killed by the Penguin. And that leads to, the quest for revenge. The Penguin visits Clancy Brown in prison. Can't remember the guy's name now. Sorry. Maroni's character in prison. And because he's given Maroni his ring back, and Maroni's paraded it around, enough time has passed, everyone now knows that, well, not knows, but they've put two and two together and thought that he has caused the war from the inside. Why wouldn't you? And this is what makes the Penguin so good, is that the Penguin's thinking 2 to 3 to 4 steps ahead and has the ability to change into different plans as and when required. An example of that is the shipment, the drug shipment, the drops. And you will get to see what the drops is all about and how people administer the drops. It is an eye drop, and it's a drug. So it's not as easy to detect, which makes it even better. So the drops shipment has arrived, and the Penguin has set up with the Maronis that it's going to get jacked. The Falcons are going to get jacked, and he's going to be in the front vehicle, so not to hit him, just hit the vehicle behind. But the plan's changed. The plan's changed because, again, the Falcon's right-hand man comes in and says, no, you guys got to ride with the drop shipment. You was all about the drop shipment, so ride with the other guys. And so he does. But while he's doing that, he's timed everything just right to avoid the spray of bullets hitting him. And whatever is remaining or whoever's standing, he will finish them off as well. So that way he's not caught out when people bust through the door and say, hey, Penguin, let's go. So it's really well done. But further to that, you get to see, the Maronis, they're not taking prisoners either, because they take the Penguin away. His, I would say, love interest is a prostitute, but one of his girls has put 2 and 2 together to make sure, to say that, yeah, you killed the main Falcon guy that was going to be the next guy in the ranks to take over the business empire or the mafia empire. And he doesn't deny it. But we don't know if he's going to end up taking her life or that kid's life, because he's got a soft spot for this kid that he's taken under his wing. And you don't know if at any point he is going to let him go or not. Does he tolerate incompetence? You know, and we get to see the Penguin develop even more. You see his mum. You see the dementia now kicking in. You see it all taking place. And this is the things that are behind the scenes that drives the Penguin to go out there and do more. He even creates an elaborate story which has an element of truth in it, but a big lie as well. And he tells that Sophie Falcone at the funeral of her brother. Again, they all suspect it's an inside man that's hit all, so on and so forth. And the Penguin, like I said, he's 3 steps ahead. He even gets caught by the Maronis. I can't remember her name. She was in The Expanse. Shero Agadazlu. If I've mispronounced that, oh my God, please forgive me. But the Iranian actress, absolutely remarkable. And she, you know, again, she's not taking any crap from anyone. And it's good seeing that. You know, it's not woke in that sense. It's everyone playing their part and being, you know, that character that you really get invested in, as well as being very scared of. And you see that with Sophia Falcone at the funeral when, you know, one of her cousins and her daughter, you know, gets a bit too close to her. She's like, you know, the facial changes. You just see it there and then, and you're like, oh my God, what could happen here? Yeah. And so it expands out, and now you've got a captured guy who's still alive. That was one of their guys, one of the Maroni guys that could actually pin it on the Penguin. So the Penguin's tasked to actually do a diversion, plant some jewels to get one of the Falcons incriminated. Further to that, make the escape. Except that it all goes badly wrong. The kid that he entrusts it to, the one with the stammer, you know, he gets caught and then he has to make a run for it. And of course, the Penguin has to change his plans while he is in a very... it's a tense situation because he's at the funeral and it is really... anything can happen there. And this is why it builds up so quickly. That the tension, you're thinking, what is the Penguin going to do? And he's ruthless. But not only is he ruthless, you think he's going to go after one guy. He doesn't. He goes after someone else. And gets that diversion in. He knows how to play chess. And uses deflection to his best ability. But he still holds a soft spot. Or is he holding a soft spot? Because in the criminal world that we've grown to understand, if you make a mistake, out you go, you're dead. But he still keeps the little kid around. We don't know why. Is he going to keep him around as his right-hand man, as his driver? Or is he going to get him killed in a later episode and plant everything on him? We don't know. And more importantly, I don't think the Penguin knows what he's going to do next. But it is a remarkable series at the moment. And again, the acting is phenomenal. The story is phenomenal. And it's being done in such a way... Yeah, again, it's based upon Bob Kane's character set in the 1930s, so it's Chicago. Or you could class it as New York. Whatever you want to class it as, it is the inner city areas that have been underfunded, underinvested, and have been left behind to people to fight for the crumbs of whatever they can find. And this is a great series. I can't wait for episode 3. If you've been with me right the way through this, I hope that you've enjoyed what I've said. As always, guys, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscription, leave a comment. That makes the algorithms know you guys are enjoying this. And as always, if you don't know how to do that, then you all need to go back to school. So says the TYCOON.